In the past couple of days, Packers safety Xavier McKinney had some things to say about Bears receiver DJ Moore. With the Packers and Bears playing this week, the rivalry seems to be heating up. So I want to get into some of these comments. You may have already seen it, but I want to give my reaction to what he had to say. So this came out here in an article from Bill Huber of Sports Illustrated, and I'll read a few parts here. It says on May 7th, Chicago Bears receiver DJ Moore was asked about the Green Bay Packers signing safety Xavier McKinney and the Detroit Lions drafting a couple cornerbacks. That's nice, Moore told Adams. McKinney has seen the exchange, and I watched it, and it seems like he may be, throwing a little bit of shade. He's not really, it seems to not be too impressed. I sort of got the impression of the Packers bringing in Xavier McKinney. He didn't really say anything, but it seems like Xavier McKinney's read some things into this. He said, quote, McKinney, all that stuff, that's in my memory bank, and I work according to that. So he's taken note. Seems like he's a chip on his shoulder here, which I think, probably can't hurt. And then it says here in the article, Moore, who is having one of the quieter years of a superb career, probably knows who 29 is, entering Sunday's rivalry game at Soldier Field. McKinney said, I hope so, but I don't give a bleep about what he knows. And then here's the part that has gotten talked about a lot on the internet from McKinney. This dude talking about Moore. This dude walked out on his quarterback, McKinney said of Moore, pointing out how he is a Bears captain. Quote, I've been playing football for 5 years now, and I've been watching football for longer than that. And I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. You're supposed to be the guy, and you're just walking out the field. You're walking out the field on a rookie quarterback that you've been praising. So it's like that's a whole other story. Article says, according to Moore, he walked to the bench because he injured his ankle. McKinney says, cap. That's what I say, cap. So McKinney doesn't seem to believe what DJ Moore said there. And then moving down, McKinney says, you know how people get before the season? They don't really know what's going to happen during the season. And you just start talking too much and you don't really know what you're talking about. You're just talking. And so then it says here, is the rivalry Bears-Packers overhyped? McKinney says, this one I think is real. I don't think there's anything fake about this. Honestly, in the league, I don't think there's anything fake about rivalries. Honestly, I think rivalries are extremely real. And I think this one is one of the realest ones that we've got in the league. So this is interesting to see. I feel like we haven't seen much smack talk coming out of the Packers locker room. It feels like, based on this, that McKinney, seeing what DJ Moore had said recently, maybe took some offense, and that's why he's calling out DJ Moore. I doubt he would have if Moore hadn't said anything. That's what it sort of seems like to me. Now, I don't know if he was injured or not. Maybe he was. Maybe he wasn't. McKinney doesn't seem to think so, calling it cap. But, I feel like it's fun, with these rivalries. Packers-Bears happens twice a year, just like all these other NFC North battles. And it's always good to have this rivalry going with Aaron Rodgers back in the day owning the Bears for a long time. And, I think that when players, have some chips on their shoulder and they, sort of have more of a reason to go out there and play hard, it probably, helps boost, the competitiveness of the team going into it. So we'll see if this affects it in any way. We'll see if there's some skirmishes. We saw against the Houston Texans, there was a lot of talking back and forth, and I do think it sort of builds the intensity the Packers seem to play with. And so we'll see if coming into this one, there's a difference of how this Packers defense is playing, especially Xavier McKinney. So I wanted to share that. If you want more Packers content, you can subscribe down below. I'll leave the link to the article in the description if you want to read the rest of it. I've read a lot of the parts of it, but if you want to see the whole thing, feel free to click it in the description. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.